running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm
You have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky?
Good evening. Sorry, everybody. Appreciate your patience. Stuff was going on, and we had some weird technical difficulties, but all is solved. All is good. All is great. Once again, appreciate the patience. Things happen. It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, and you can't always do something about it. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. But we're here, we're loud, we're live, we're on the Streamlabs, and the buttons are working the way that they should be. Thank you guys for being here early and right away. I do appreciate that. The dudes of Toxic Tuesday appreciate that as well. So let's see here. Let's acknowledge some faces. Corbin Dallas, Beep Bop Boop, Walter Tomaszewski, Vince Womack, just another red shirt, Nomino, Putin's Cat, hello. Benoit, Juggalo, Deathcock, Snort, Poop is Cuber, Nick the Greek. How's it going, Nick? Nice to see you. Darth Viewer. What's up, Darth Viewer? How's it going? Yes. D-Bud Martin. I have Nordic. How's it going? I said, yeah, Cavatino Cavalryman Che. Hello, Dega Outlaw. What's going on? Look at you guys. Look at all of you. Let's also acknowledge those faces on the green button too, because we can't just not. We get Empress NM, His Excellency Donald Trump, Vince Womack as well over there. Yeah, Davina Duckworth, what's going on? Hello, and it shows that there's 10 already on the green button. I love that. Thank you guys, because here's the thing. For those of you who did not get the memo, because, big deal, second hour, we transition exclusively to the green button, the Rumble. We play clips. They're great. They're really, really great. And we talk about the rest of the show on there. So we'll get to like the third act of the slideshow. So the slideshow is going to be even faster than normally, so we can have fun kind of really dwelling on the clips and just going crazier with it. So it's going to be awesome. We're trying to spice things up a bit. We got to have new ingredients for our package, okay? Our package needs always a nice little refreshment. Is that right, Mark?
For sure. Yep. So we'll get things going. We're using Streamlabs. So damn you, StreamYards, for doubling your prices. So
were you able to log in?
It sent you a super top secret code. So when you have a chance down the road, then you can in your email. It went to your email. But if not, I could figure it out for. We'll get it for next week.
I got the code. Okay, I'm gonna put in the private. Okay?
Just don't say it on air, I guess. Yeah, put it in the private chat.
Yeah, put it in the private.
Text it to me.
All right, put in the private.
Yep. Yeah, and did you get that mask at the premiere of Scream 2 with Jada Pinkett? And
yeah. I took it from Jada Pinkett Smith's boyfriend.
Yep.
Yeah, he wanted.
And there's no
be all edgy and spooky, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it. That's all I did. I think this mask is like changing me.
Well, that's a good idea. Yeah, just pass out masks and fake knives at a movie theater. That always goes over well.
Oh, I know, right? Totally gonna go over well. Nothing's a big deal about it. Nothing. It's all
Yeah.
good. For real. It's like, oh, what could go wrong here? Oh, yeah. But Mark, it's good to have you. We'll
Yeah,
get through
great
this
to be here.
transition. Hopefully, you'll be able to put in some buttons, and all will be good. And look, right off the bat, we got
He's asking for your birthday.
Look at that, a $10 super chat from 6, and it's pizzas and a emoji. Thank you for that, 6. By the way,
6.
I gotta give a really honorable mention to 6. Not and 9 for the super chat. Thank you, by the way, for that. But earlier today, had a little bit of misunderstanding, and I admit my wrongness. 6 admit her wrongness. It's all good. Because when someone gets things wrong, you say it. I feel like that seems to be like a bit of a lost art nowadays. So I came forward, she came forward, and we were good. We moved past it. So to me, it's something that we need more of on the damn planet. That said, let's continue talking about the horror. All right, Mark. Now that we got once again, though, thank you, 6 for $10, but let's bring in that 70s rock fan too.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Awfully good to be here. I was just spent 5 minutes trying to upload embarrassing avatars to put on the top of the screen. It won't upload for me, so we'll have to just stick with your normal one. I'm really disappointed.
It won't let you do that?
Won't let me do it. It's a real shame. We had some really embarrassing ones for you. Anyway, it's an absolute pleasure to be here for you, to have me here.
Oh, I'm pleasured that you're here.
You're being pleasured already.
That's why he's got the mask. You can't see
it on my face, but trust me, I'm feeling
I don't know what you're talking about. A mask? You look just the same as normal. I don't see any difference.
You can't get sick wearing that mask, thankfully. It's totally protected. It's also an N95.
I feel like I wear protection now everywhere I go.
You could actually fill that open mouth with some beer or something and just keep tilting your head back. There you go. That works.
I should have been on the plane to Switzerland. I wouldn't have gotten the cold that I got, maybe.
Switzerland. You were just checking in on your secret bank account, were you? Your gold bullion?
Yeah, I brought back all my gold bullion. So
you're going to go...
no room for chocolate because I had 50 pounds of gold.
You're going to be schmelting.
Well, we got a That 70s Rock fan, and we have a Tom Connors as well. Hi, Tom.
Oh, hello. I guess I got the wrong number. Who am I speaking with?
We're here to do the film Stab tonight, aren't we?
Stab, yes.
Yep.
Oh, is that new horror movie that's out?
That's right.
Do you like scary movies?
Do you like sequels?
We're just getting started, girlfriend.
Oh, it's so good to be. So, Mark. Outside of clipping, do you have the slide?
I do have the slides. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I'm getting in.
Just get that rolling. I
said
just give me. By the way.
Have you checked your conscience at the door?
I think I'm in as you. I think I'm in. So let me just give me like 2 minutes.
That's not even really. I think. What's up? There you go, Soul Assassin. Just for you. Just for you. The re-stabbing. Yes, the re-stabbing. Yes, it's always about stabbing more, scream. Let's talk about the towels. Well, Mark gets the slide right. This movie almost had a few towels going for it. It turns out there was some truth. I always wondered if that was like a rumor. But turns out there was talks about Scream the sequel, Screams like Aliens, and then Scream Louder, which I wish they would Scream Louder. I wish for Scream Louder. That to me is like, I love that talk because this is like, You're just adding in a word.
In a way,
Like,
though, I'm glad they went with Scream 2 because the fact that the movie does comment on sequels so much, it almost feels like it has to be called Scream 2. You know what I mean? Because we'd still call it that, I think, to this day, if that was the case. Either way.
Two screams.
Two screams.
Two scoops.
Oh, I love
To scream
it.
or not to scream? That is the question.
To scream or not to scream. To scream, to... No, I'm sorry. I tried doing a Too Fast, Too Furious thing and it failed immensely. Immensely.
Scream 12. Yeah.
Too Fast, Too Furious still to me is one of my favorite absurd, dumb sequel titles ever. Too Fast, Too Furious.
It's a scream, baby.
Screamer. Screaming. I'm trying to think of what other.
Screamadelica. Oh, wait a minute. That was an LP.
Two screams don't make it right. That's good.
Vince. Two screams don't make it right.
Scream a little scream for me.
Scream a little scream,
Scream
for me.
Scream a little scream. I scream, I scream.
We all scream for ice cream.
We do scream for the cream. Ooh. Oh, hey, look, it's alopecia.
Look at that sexy ass Gerry O'Connell in this movie.
Yeah, wow.
He looks like he looks like he's going for a Top Gun model pose.
What a piece of meat.
And you know who was in this too? Is
10 minutes in, we're already into the gays.
I was gonna say, man, I bet
Shibarashi
Backman is really jealous of you mentioning him right now without him here. He would like to have been in between you both.
But speaking of that, Portia de Rossi's in this.
Gary doesn't like being left behind by Tom, so he needs to kind of, as I like to say.
Nobody cares, Mark, because you want to know why? Gerry O'Connell.
Oh,
Gerry
that's true.
O'Connell.
Yeah.
The moment Gerry O'Connell got sexy, just Gerry O'Connell.
Yep.
The rest is history. It was all I do it the gay way from there, Tom.
The saddest part of this movie is she doesn't end up with Gerry O'Connell at the end.
Yeah, no.
I cried when he died.
No, you didn't.
No, I'm kidding, of course.
Yo, you actually sold me for a second. I was like, no.
No, but isn't Gerry O'Connell like cool as shit though? I mean, it's like seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Like you never hear a bad thing about him. If you have, please let me know, because I've never heard one bad thing about the guy. He seems like he'd be a really sweet, innocent dude. And he's the like fat kid from Stand By Me. I mean,
was he really?
Yes, that's Gerry O'Connell.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's when he got sexy. Remember, like all of a sudden it was like, bam, just sexy Gerry O'Connell. Woo. He got sexier than the rest of the whole cast.
Are you trying to say being slightly overweight isn't sexy?
Yes, I suck at being sexy. That's what I'm trying to say, Brian.
He doesn't stop being. It's just.
It might even be a little closet gay for Gerry O'Connell. You never know.
Closet. You're practically standing on the roof screaming it.
I am. I guess I am the diddler on the roof.
You win tonight. You just won tonight.
Oh,
is that Omar Epps?
You set him up and I'll knock him down. And yes, that is Omar Epps.
Yeah, what's he done since House? Anything?
I don't know.
I can't think of seeing him since House.
I mean, basically, if he doesn't have a role that he takes over for Wesley Snipes, I don't know what he's up to.
Jada Pinkett was not playing an actress in the scene. She was being herself. That's absolutely right, Nick the Great.
Okay, what's funny about this is I think she got this as a pity fuck from Wes Craven.
No pity? Whoa.
Because she tried out for Vampire in Brooklyn, but Angela Bassett got her role. And I'm so glad that she wasn't
Angela
in there because
is a better actress.
Oh, hell, exactly. I mean, like
by a distance, yes.
So I think that this was kind of a makeup to her because she did try out for the role and didn't get it. So yeah.
Well, maybe she didn't earn it.
You got to remember, this is probably the height of Jada Pinkett's career because this is just before Nutty Professor, which would be the peak. And just in between, what was the show she was on? What the hell was the spinoff that she was on?
Oh, I don't know what show she was on.
Different World, wasn't it?
She was on a show called
the Cosby
Different
one, I
World?
think. Whatever the
What?
Cosby spinoff one was, I think that's the one she was on, right? Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat.
Wasn't
guys.
that Diddler on the Roof?
That was Diddler in the Roof.
God, that name just did like.
Does anyone remember who Sister Soldier is?
Sounds
trivia,
familiar
but-
for some reason.
Yeah, so she was a real radical black activist, and she made some really derisive comments. And Bill Clinton famously tore her apart on in a speech. So it kind of became Bill Clinton's, when he became more of a moderate. So it's called like a Sister Soldier moment. So yeah, she had made some quotes that were pretty offensive. Yeah, I won't say it, but I can kind of paraphrase. If I kill certain kind of people every day, why not have a week and kill white people? So that's the soldier.
She must be doing okay right now. Then she'd fit.
Yeah,
fit in right now.
Yeah, she's doing good. Yep. Let me get the slideshow going. But that opening there.
Bill Clinton was just pissed off. Sorry.
And yes, I was right. Different World is where she got her start. Yes.
Bill Clinton was pissed off he didn't tap it. That's what.
I want to
I'm play taps on that ass.
Oh, Hillary, can I please tap it? Come on.
Dun, dun, dun.
If I can't tap it, can I tap it at least?
So, has anyone actually seen Stab? Is it a good movie?
No,
Yeah,
but what's
Robert
well,
Rodriguez
actually, I
is
can't
the
say
best
that.
one.
Somewhere on a DVD, what I have is this was only in one box set of the Scream movies at one time, where they actually took whatever footage there was shot for Stab, and they put it on there, and they put a bunch of trailers and stuff that were playing in the background and stuff.
Okay.
So I do have that and some other stuff somewheres, but yeah, it's only in that one set. But yeah, I think they filmed like maybe a few minutes. What's funny though is I can't remember, was it Eli Roth or somebody else? He did have somebody come in and direct this stuff. That is an actual director, and it's not Wes Craven. And I'm trying to remember who it was. Somebody in the chat might remember. But yeah, it's kind of funny that he did in Stab-O-Vision.
Oh, I know, right? Stab-O-Vision. So what really made me take note of this screening is how loud and crazy and rowdy everyone was at this movie.
Well, this is what it was like going to see Scream 2, and it kind of killed the opening of the film for a lot of people in the movie theater. I will be honest with you guys.
Oh, loud. That's interesting.
Because you have this...
It's like it?
Yes, because you had the fever. Like, I saw it opening night, opening show, first chance to see it, packed house, shit tons of us with Scream masks and shit on, just like they are in the movie.
Back then, right?
Yeah, we were like, this is like a fucking rock concert, right? We're getting ready for Scream fucking 2. And the opening of the movie is literally what we're looking at is our, like, so then they got Jada Pinkett dying, and they have that whole thing. It's like, wow, way to make the audience feel like shit right away, Wes. But he saves it from there. Like, that's probably the worst part of this movie is the intro.
Well, according to the interwebs, who directed Stab? Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah. Robert Rodriguez. That's who I was trying to think of. Thank you. That's what it was. Yes, thank you, Brian.
Credit him for.
I was trying to remember who it was, but yeah.
I think they got up to Stab 7 as well. I think Stab 7 was.
Well, by the time you get to Scream 3, they're already on like Stab 4 or 5 or whatever.
Yeah, they are.
Then we got Heather Graham in here as Casey.
Yeah, she's a cutie patootie.
Right away, right off.
At least you got David Schwimmer. I got Joe Blow Nobody.
Yeah, in this, and I love Jada Pinkett Smith's line here. I'd be out of there really quick. The tropes of the horror movie, and then as you were saying, Tom, before, it's more political correctness back then in terms of her.
Well,
line.
And this movie is a weird one because, like, I understand what Wes is saying with the beginning of this movie. I mean, this is the one that Wes says the most with. Right, like as far as like this whole, because in between the first movie and this one, even though it was a year, you actually had, I believe, the Scream Murders, which somebody's flat out copied the first film. When that's kind of the whole thing at the end of this movie. Not to get ahead of ourselves, but where Mickey's whole thing is he's going to blame the movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you actually had a real life copycat of Scream?
They did, from my memory. I can't remember if it was in between these or if it was after the films. But either way, so I know that was part of it to comment on that, or there was one of the school shootings at that point. That was also part of what happened here with that. But yeah, it was this whole idea.
What year Columbine was that?
I can't remember if it was before or after that, but yeah. Basically, it was feeding into the whole Tipper Gore era, the what do you call it? The Satanic Panic era, the Video Nasty era, where like parents and organizations were trying to say, oh, these are just influencing our kids, and and that's why I love the line when we talked about it last week, where it's so true. I feel like that's the comment of the film. It's like these movies don't create psychos; they make psychos more creative, right? Like, take that for what you will. The point I'm getting from that is, and I stand by it, is that if somebody's fucked up, GTA isn't going to change that.
Nope.
Right? It's not. Scream's not going to change that. Nightmare on Elm Street's not going to change that. Something else is going to trigger them at some point, no matter what it is.
Yeah, you're already a mess at that point. Yeah, but I just growing up in the '80s, I mean, Tipper Gore and that whole group was everywhere, and it was, the Holy Rollers and the Ozzy Osbourne self-deletion stuff, where they tried to blame self-deletion. What's the song?
Self-deletion solutions.
Thank you. Yeah, it doesn't rhyme as well. Try to say it that way, but it was a big deal. I mean, I grew up in Catholic school, and we covered up all our D&D books because some of the moms complained they thought it was demonic, and it was, but it was like, I'm not going to become a demon worshiper. You're right.
Exactly.
You've got to be a bad kid or something really, really twisted. Maybe you could argue it would give you maybe some twisted
It's like,
ideas.
did we really believe that there was backward masking in these songs? Fuck no, but we knew our parents did, so that we just played along. Just
Funny. It was funny.
Yeah.
What's better yet is you got Alice Cooper going out there literally doing this shit on purpose, right? Like, just like, and Kiss, right? Like Kiss, they would feed into it.
Oh,
yeah.
Like,
they were named Knights in Satan's service.
No, they didn't name it that, but they're like, oh, sure, that's what we meant the whole time. Absolutely, yeah, because they're fuck it. We'll just feed right into that shit, right?
Did you see how I mollywopped that guy? He was trying to listen to me peeing, and I just went for his ear like that. How dare you listen to me?
He was being a bit of a pervert there. I mean, he's listening to the dude jerk off. If you think about
I don't need you listening to my personal.
At least that's what he thinks he's doing anyway.
And I got a question too. He was able to stop midstream, or did he start and stop there? I mean, he's acting like he really had to go to the bathroom, and he stops to listen to a dude in the next stall.
Yeah, that's true. There's no way. Most men will know and tell you, for the few ladies that are in the chat here, there's no stopping midstream shit.
Yeah,
if you do, it hurts. And when you let it out, like, it's like fucking like a fire hose. You're like, oh, I can't get control of it.
That's right. Once it's coming out, ladies, we can't stop it.
We can't stop it. I love how women yell at men for pissing all over everything and shit. It's like, you just don't understand. That's why I love those videos where the guy like makes a woman strap a hose to themselves and like, okay, now make it in the bucket that's like twice the size of a toilet, and they still can't fucking do it. It's like, yeah, see?
That's where that move.
Nick is
now try and do that shit drunk.
Nick strapped a few hose to himself in the past, I believe.
And then they try to come up with it. Well, that's why you should sit down and pee. It's like, fuck that.
Wow.
You're significant other to make you sit down and pee.
Really escalated.
It's better than gay talk, ain't it?
No. No.
As Jada gets stabbed to death.
It's true. It's much easier to read something on your phone if you're sitting down to pee. That's true.
Sitting down to pee.
It's harder when you just
you got Drew Barrymore.
I do feel like we should be calling out Omar Epps' character for pervertly listening into the dude jerking off in the fucking next stall.
Dude,
like, that's questionable. That's questionable activity.
And again, most guys would be straight out of that stall.
On me.
That's the point where, as a dude, you're like, dude, go home and do that fucking creepy shit.
Be stopping to listen. That's for sure.
And you bang on the stall and you finish pissing and you get the fuck out of there.
Let me pee in peace. I don't need you to listen to me peeing. I don't need you to listen to me. I'm trying to use the bathroom, and you know what? Because you try to peek in on me, I'm gonna knife the side of your face for doing that.
And then Nick is taking the other side of this. So, like, I don't disagree with you on that, though. Like, somebody's listening to me whack off in a bathroom. Sure, I should be doing it at home, but you're the pervert listening. Here's a knife to the ear.
You're the actual creepers, though, because you want to know more about it. You want all the oozy from it.
Yeah.
Dustin, are you here? says
We
hi.
I heard it. I heard
We
a
can't
thing
See it for
him,
like a
but
second, and then he like disappeared.
I added
again.
him,
He's been
but we
having
can't see him.
issues. Yeah,
I'll take him out again. Add him again.
Oh.
weird.
You know, that's because Dustin listened to all of his music backwards in the 80s. That's probably why.
That's probably what it was.
Oh.
I found it really hard to get the record turntable to go backwards. I mean, it's tiring.
Yeah, I think we
going
got him
backwards.
now.
We got him all right. But now the screen is all. This screen is crazy, man. Can you guys still? Can
Somebody
everyone
else
still
is
hear me?
missing.
Now I'm missing.
Yeah, we can't see you, Nick.
But can you
We're-
hear me?
We can hear you.
Hear you.
Oh, that's
change it.
weird.
I don't know if the audience can hear you or not, but
Man.
Turn your camera off and maybe your avatar will reappear. You turn it on again?
Says your video has been enabled. But
weird.
yeah, this
Maybe
is
they don't like that
strange.
scream mask on stream.
Yeah.
Uh,
Corbin
wait a
now
minute.
says he can hear me. All right, I'm just gonna take
it's
the
cotton
mask
weary.
off. All right.
Yeah. But where did Nick
100%
go?
pure cotton.
Nick is back.
Dude, that is so strange.
Oh, they can hear
can
you.
hear you,
but-
though.
Yeah.
Okay.
hear you.
well,
No,
you know
we
what?
can still
We'll
can't
roll
see
with it.
you.
We'll roll with it for the time
Why
being
don't you-
until I can come
Well,
on
very
screen.
young Liev Schreiber.
Yeah.
Nick, why don't you just do hide on stream and then come back again? Like not leave, but just do hide on stream and then
Weird.
show on stream.
Now there's only two of us. I bet you the rest of us are behind the screen.
Whoa.
I bet you that's what it is. The rest of us are probably behind the screen, I bet.
Whoa.
It doesn't do that for me.
Yeah,
This
Brian
is
don't
so
have these problems.
strange.
Hang on, I'll tell you what then.
But change to the 2 to 6 participants. Yeah.
Quick
I
test,
have no
Mark.
idea.
Quick, we'll
Yep.
do live technical support. Pause the video and then hide
Okay.
it,
Yeah, just out of
Okay, let me-
and
curiosity.
then
me
just see if we can get all the avatars back.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay.
Yeah.
so-
Let's unbreak it.
Oh, hey.
Yep. We're gonna pause this.
That is so
And then
strange.
hide the video so we've got.
Yeah.
just
Let me hide the
that.
video. Yeah. Where's the? Which one is it here?
Uh-oh. We're
Oh.
weirding me out now.
You saw me without my
No, I'm not here. I'm gone. I
That is
disappeared.
Weird.
I'm
Okay,
I'm
whatever.
invisible too.
I'll slip out. Let's just bring
I
this
am no
back in,
more.
and we could show.
I'm so
Why don't we play the
confused.
stream backwards? That might
Yeah, let's do that.
Anyway,
Uh,
Well, my avatar's back now. That's weird.
It's okay.
Huh.
You're back. It's okay as long as they can hear
am
me.
I
that's all
here?
You're
I'm
here.
having
They
an
can hear
existential
you.
crisis.
All right.
I can see your avatar, Tom.
Where?
I can see
You're
yours.
mine.
You're below
I don't
me.
see
And
myself.
I'm on.
Blow
I'm
me,
on top
Tom.
of the
Blow me.
wall.
Okay,
him.
so whoever I am, I can see Nick in replacement. I think I have no idea, or Mark, either one, because I am confused as fuck. I am not on the screen right now, as far as I can tell.
The incredible missing.
Let me go to the
avatar.
YouTube and see what it looks like.
That's
You
what
are.
I'm
I can-
thinking.
I can
Yeah.
see you on screen.
You
Yeah, I
can
can
see
see on
me, so you
YouTube.
can see me picking my nose.
Well, not your avatar isn't picking its nose. No,
So you can see me. What am I doing? What am I doing?
no, we can only see the avatar. We can't see.
Oh,
Everyone,
What's your
put,
favorite movie?
Oh,
everyone, put their camera on.
and I love this scene. This is one of my favorite scenes in the
all
whole
right.
movie.
Hold on. I'm gonna put Dustin in the back end. No,
Dustin's still
Dustin's
here?
ever
He's
since
gone.
Dustin tried to slide in, it's been like weirder.
It has.
Dustin broke it.
Dustin. Mark 70s and Thomas, and now I'm showing again. But anyways, let's just get back
No,
on
that's
the movie. As long as they can
fun.
hear us.
Yeah.
Here's good old Jamie Kennedy. There's Sarah Michelle Gellar, aka
Buffy.
Buffy. Yes. Oh, it became, a big old prominent show in the 90s that I still haven't watched to this very day. I still have not watched the show, but I feel like one day I will. One day. And then
Which
I
show?
got nothing.
Which show?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, I've never watched Buffy.
Yeah.
Because I know Mahler raves about it like crazy. I think even him and
That's
Drinker
because he's a
did-
girl.
Oh,
It's one way of admitting you're a girl.
Yeah, I don't
He
think
was-
Handy Randy would like Buffy. Yeah, too many women.
We got Handy Randy on the screen right now.
It's
Randy
Randy.
is
It's
Randy,
starting
on
again,
the
Randy.
screen
Of course
right
it is.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh, I miss Handy Randy. Handy Randy is a very, very disloyal guy, but we still accepted him as he was. We needed the hand back. That was
Poor
Handy
little
Randy.
Handy Randy. Well, it's too late to give him a hand now.
Oh, yeah. Your video has been enabled. Okay, well,
That was me. I did that.
Ah,
I was
okay.
just trying to see if I could get your face.
It'll
on
break
screen.
box office records. Well, this one actually did do well. Obviously,
Very well. I think it held the R-rated record for a short period, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, you know what's
What
funny?
did it make?
One time is that originally there's 2 movies that did not.
Because I think it made more than the first one, if I'm not mistaken, too. Yeah.
I think when you adjust it for inflation, I don't think so. But what's funny is there's 2 movies that adjusted their release dates because they didn't want to compete with that movie. Do you know what those 2 movies are, Tom?
This would be 97, so
It's 2 movies. It's not just one. Ooh, who's zipping their pants?
Oh, you see, Dustin, I added him, and then he disappears. Oh, no,
I
he's
see
back.
Dustin.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you,
Oh,
but we can't see you.
Yeah.
Oh, now we can.
I can see him. So
Hi,
anyway, these 2.
Dustin.
What 2 movies? You said there was 2 movies.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember.
Chat,
97,
don't
I don't
Google
remember.
it. Chat, do not Google it. What are the 2 movies that shifted the release dates to not compete with Scream 2? It's actually pretty obvious movies. It's nothing obscure, nothing relative.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to remember what the fuck came out in 97.
97, I know. Come on.
I know, right?
December
James
of
Bond couldn't be
1997.
a Bond movie. Oh, and there's some useless trivia. That's Rebecca Gayheart from Earth 2. That was
Portia de Rossi.
Oh, what a name!
Portia de Rossi. She doesn't look. That should not look like Portia. It's
I
just
know it
amazing.
doesn't, because you see her like a Better Off Ted. She's a wholly different person.
Yeah, did she have plastic surgery or something? Or
No, Lost World would have been a summer movie, Dead
Nope,
Man.
not Final Destination. Let's see on Rumble. If
Oh,
anyone's
Final
been on
Destination wouldn't be
I know
released
you
for
did
another
last
like
summer.
5 years.
Rumble. Okay.
Was it? It wasn't a Harrison Ford.
I'm thinking they're going to be
Movie.
bigger studio pictures because they knew they had to get the
are
fuck
bigger
out of the way.
studio
of this.
movies. They're big movies. Big league. No, not.
I don't remember what came
that
out
was
that
a
year,
summer.
though.
I think that was a summer movie. I know what you did last summer. No, so not The Lost World. The Lost World was a summer movie too. That came out like 7 or 5 months.
Was it a Harrison Ford movie?
No. Okay.
No.
I've checked between YouTube and the green button. I know what his name is. So, Titanic and Tomorrow Never Dies.
Oh,
I don't.
Obviously-
So it was
You
a
sure
Bond.
Titanic didn't just move because it wasn't fucking done yet?
Yes.
Because I was going to say that movie was pushed back a few times. Because
It was
of that.
pushed back a few times, and then they were trying to settle in December, and then they saw the success of Scream
They moved
2
it what, Christmas?
and transitioned again.
Because I think it came out by Christmas.
I
didn't it?
Yes,
did
it
guess
did.
Bond though. If you heard me before, I said maybe a Bond movie. But
Yeah, and
You
but you
did,
didn't
yes,
name
you did
the
say that.
movie. So
Well,
I was
whatever
like,
Bond
I
movie
was
came
also-
out that year.
Guys,
you
the
did say a
reason
Bond movie, yeah, Tomorrow Never Dies. That was the one with the Mark Zuckerberg like villain, where they're talking about, oh, look, we can shape perception, have how things and
Jonathan
events are
Price. Yeah,
perceived.
Jonathan Price.
is that the one with the motorcycle jump? Pierce Brosnan with the motorcycle jump.
I
Halle
think it
Berry.
was, Denise
think-
Richards who's in that one.
Was that the Halle
No,
Berry?
Who's in the World Is Not.
Was
No.
that Christmas Jones?
Who? I can't
So
remember.
you know why Titanic moved? Because James
Why?
Cameron hadn't quite finished cutting an iceberg off the Arctic ice cap yet and floating it down to hit his ship. Because he's good with the big budget stuff.
Oh, that is the one with the motorcycle jump. Yeah, because we got a babysitter. Went to that.
Berry. Isn't it Halle
Sorry, but-
Berry?
No, it's got the motorcycle jump in, and the film back then was film. The freaking film broke with like 15 minutes left. It broke right at the motorcycle jump. So they gave us. Or maybe I'm mixing up.
Michelle.
Oh, Michelle, yeah. All right, I'm mixing up move, whatever.
Yeah,
But
no,
they gave us,
I think it was Halle Berry, but it isn't.
and they gave us one ticket. I'm like, give me 2 tickets. Like I hired a babysitter. I got to come back and see the last 20 minutes of the movie, and I want to go get 2 movies. But yeah, it was one of my worst movie experiences. Like the film actually, here's the film. Like and then melts.
That happened to me once. It was sequel to 2001, 2010, was it?
2010.
Yeah, 5 minutes to go, and the film burns up, and it took me ages to see the ending of that movie.
So
I couldn't go back. I couldn't go back the next day. So
The worst experience I had with that, which has happened to me a few times in theaters, but the worst one was that the movie itself didn't go out, but the sound went out. The center channel did actually.
What?
And it was during Green Mile, during the scene where Coffee grabs Tom Hanks's junk. And you couldn't hear a single voice. You could hear echoes, and you could hear sound effects and music. And there was like 7 or 8 of us in the theater, and luckily,
here we go, Tom. From what we were talking about earlier today on the member stream, she's going to be watching Nosferatu.
Oh, okay, yeah, this part here, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
How timely, Tom.
Yeah, but yeah, so
You're working on Nosferatu. She's watching Nosferatu. I thought about that too as I was watching. I'm like, oh, hey, look, the movie that Tom and Andre are working on. And there's just a box that just says pizza. No specific place. It just says pizza. I was like, damn it, you couldn't list a place, bro.
Nobody gave him a good deal.
Come on, Georgia. Do better. And yes,
Pepsi paid to be in this movie.
This
As far as
was
they didn't do Pizza Hut, yeah.
this was filmed in Georgia because originally,
Georgia,
they couldn't get California twice, so they had to do a women's
sweet home.
They had to do a women's college in Georgia for this movie because basically, like a smart sequel, you make it more or less just like your first movie. And this movie is basically more or less like the first one, except it's in college. At the college.
Well, it plays with that trope, but this one actually pays a lot of homage to Friday the 13th more so than Halloween, especially at the ending point. Well, because who is the main killer?
Oh,
Mom.
the mom.
Over what reason?
Oh, okay. No,
You killed my son.
Yeah, her son. Yeah.
Kill
And you had
makes
unprotected
sense.
sex.
I never pieced that together in my life, Tom. See, I'm retarded.
And then her
but that
surrogate
makes
son,
sense.
Mickey. Yeah.
Oh, dude, you know who was considered to be casted for Mickey? Did you ever hear about this?
I vaguely remember, but it's been years.
Tobey Maguire.
I can see that. Yeah, I can remember.
I
think I
actually
remember that.
could. If he was emo Spidey.
This is pre-Spider-Man, though. That's the other reason why.
Oh yeah, because especially pre him playing Steve Ditko or Spider-Man. Oh, absolutely. Bull Rush has been a member for 10 months. A huge member at that. He says, "Howdy, boys. What's a homo quotient up to now, Nick? I had a French-made pizza last weekend. It was awesome. Well, I'm glad your pizza was great. Right now, our homoeroticism, I see right now we're like a 7.5 is where we're at with our homoeroticism. So just give it more time, and it's going to get bigger, and it's going to get huger. So thanks for the member chat, dude. Hopefully you are well, sir." But yeah, she definitely, she gets her molly whopping. She gets her molly whopping good. I don't feel bad at all for what I accomplished here. At least she wasn't trying to disturb my business, unlike that dude at the theater who was trying to pay attention to what I was doing in the bathroom.
Oh, where was the Nosferatu? Is it right? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I went back and clipped it. Yep. That's just great. Movie within a movie, little Easter egg. I just love seeing that. So if you're a horror fan, you've seen that movie and you know what that clip is from. So
yeah, we were talking about that today, and it was like, who has seen it with different soundtracks? Like, I've seen that movie with a Typo Negative soundtrack.
Oh, which album?
I think it was a compilation. I don't think it was just one album. I think it was just different
okay.
songs. But it's also been since the 90s, so I don't really remember.
Well, at this point, you had Slow, Deep, and Hard. You had Bloody Kisses. Life is Killing Me wasn't out yet. Yeah, probably.
Which is funny because I'm pretty sure Typo Negative was on this soundtrack.
Let's find out. I'm going to find out what the soundtrack for Scream 2
Or no,
was.
that was I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's what I'm thinking.
I know you did last time. I opened with their Summer Breeze cover, which was bad as shit.
The old That summer breeze.
Oh,
make
Peter
Yep,
me
that's what I was
Steele.
thinking of.
Yeah,
I miss Typo.
Isley
So
Brothers.
bad. Peter Steele, rest in peace, sir. Carnivore and Typo negative. What a dude. Once Jerry Kyle shows some sins, testosterone of the panel dipped to 6.9. You're not lying.
Yeah, because it came out in '98. The Nosferatu, the first vampire with typo negative, came out in 1998. You can watch it on YouTube now.
Yes, you can. Public domain.
Scary movie making fun of this this scene is just so awesome. I'm sure you guys seen the spoof of this, right? So when he's running up the stairs,
Of course.
But it's just such a. I mean, this is a classic scene, and then when they're making fun of it, it's like, I almost half expected like more stuff to get thrown at the guy. I'm forgetting which movie am I watching? A Scary Movie or Scream? Yeah.
Oh yeah, and her beating wasn't as vicious though as Drew Barrymore's. Even though she's the Drew Barrymore of this movie, she takes a quick drop. Whereas friggin' Drew Barrymore, man, she was like Chef of South Park. She just had to go on like the worst way possible. So Buffy had it a little easier.
Actually, Jada was supposed to be more of the Drew of this film, but yeah.
You thought
not a good landing though.
Oh no, that's a well. I was looking at it from the angle of she's at the house and it's the opening of the movie, but I could see your angle where she is the very first girl, and yeah, obviously she's at the theater. Which, when you mentioned at the theater that it's loud and rowdy, Tom, they didn't stop the movie at all. Say, hey, you guys got quiet down. They didn't do that at all. Tom.
Do we lose Tom?
Bueller?
All right, he'll be back. Well,
He'll be
the
back.
reason why I asked him before.
Sorry, I stepped away a second.
It's okay. I was asking because you say it was like a rock concert for Scream 2. I was asking, they didn't do anything to say, hey, you guys need to pipe it down, otherwise we can't play the movie. They didn't do anything like that.
Not really, because by the time that opening scene was done, everybody had kind of settled in, and it didn't get picking back up until about here in the movie.
Okay, the reason why I ask you that is because even though it's not the same movie, way back in the day, I saw the awful Halloween Resurrection in theaters, the one with Busta Rhymes in it in theaters. It was basically my entire class of 2002 8th grade class, and I remember almost the entire class was at that particular screening, and it happened by chance. How that happened by chance is wild. And I remember it was so rowdy. It reminded me of the scene in Scream 2, and they would not calm down for even about 20, 25 minutes of the movie, that the theater actually stopped the movie and said that we needed to be quiet. Otherwise, they would have to have us all leave, and there would be no refunds. That was the only time I've ever seen a movie stop, during a movie in a theater ever. And I'm like, was this theater trying to impersonate Scream 2? I don't know, but it definitely makes me wonder at that point in time, were we just being all a bunch of irresponsible 8th grade graduation kids, but look at us at an R-rated movie. That's all. But yeah, I've never seen or heard of that. So I was like, big deal. Hey, it's Timothy Oliphant.
Yep. And Ewoks, they blow.
Oh,
there's so many great lines in this movie. Oh, and Aaron Judge just did a 2-run home run on it.
There are some people on the internet say that Timothy Oliphant was an uncredited extra in Tomorrow Never Dies.
What?
So that would make him the only actor to be in both of those movies, in Scream 2 and Tomorrow Never Dies. Now, I haven't actually spotted that, but it does. Some people say he's in it, but I can't.
Well, somebody said Matthew Lillard's in the background of the scene we just saw.
He is.
I mean, Gerard Butler's in Tomorrow Never Dies,
but Lillard is in this movie for a cameo. He is. Yeah, Matthew Lillard's in this.
I missed it.
Yeah,
I can't find any proof about the Timothy Oliphant thing. It's just some people say that it's one of these things that said, "Oh yeah, he was in an extra," but I can't find any proof of it.
Hey, Kevin, hold on. The sequel too, because I know the first movie had that issue, but I didn't know that the sequel had that problem. First one definitely had that problem because I still don't even get with the sequel because I watched the sequel and it's like, yeah, it's some brutal kills, but
Doesn't
I
seem
feel
like
like
an hour,
the
does
first
it?
movie was more, I feel like slightly more brutal, even though once again they're more or less the same story with a few minor tweaks. But I don't feel like it's any more brutal. I mean, I guess probably the most brutal kill is probably later on in the movie involving one of her undercover cops who has to protect Sydney. But I think what do you guys think is the most brutal kill? Do you feel like that the kill where the guy at the pole put through was the most brutal kill? I don't feel like that. I don't think no kill got
Randy.
more brutal than that Randy.
And Randy's the one I felt the most anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because Randy you didn't want to see die.
He's the most, and not only
Yeah.
that, he's probably the most emotional kill in the movie. Like, even she says it later on that she got a little.
He was
over it.
doomed from the start because he survived the first movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he was doomed.
Yeah, but you don't see his as much. I get your point. In terms of the emotional sense, yeah, because he survived the first movie. He was bragging about it, and he showed no fear.
And he's the
I
rules
guess
guy.
I was talking in terms of. I was talking about.
Yeah, but even Billy's mom says she went a little overboard on him, which means she really hacked it. Like his scene is the one that's got cut out the most too, I guess, because it was so brutal.
Yeah, they hardly show
He's
much of
strong.
his scene at all. Most of it's from outside the van.
Yes, you see the mirror, you can see the knife coming down, but you don't see it from like obviously Jamie Kennedy's perspective or even from the killer's perspective. You just see it from a third person view type of thing. You don't get so it's like, oh, of course, that damn van had to be there. The thing that was the ultimate trap for him.
See, Randy's only got himself to blame. He knew the rules.
Well,
He should
she
never
did
have
a
been
little.
killed.
Well, is it Handy Randy or is it just Randy?
Randy. He's less handy Randy.
Oh, less handy Randy. So this Randy was less handy.
Yes.
Oh, that Randy being less handy. And there's our boy David Arquette with his mustache and all. Oh, David.
Like they made him like even goofier in this movie.
Yeah, he was goofier in this movie. You know what? I got to give it to his character though of Dewey. He survives a lot of stabbings in all the movies that he's in. He just continues to live. I was just like, man, you get
healing factor.
Really,
they play up more of the lovable lug in this one because again, like I don't even know if we addressed this last week. To be honest with you, he wasn't meant to survive the first movie.
No, okay.
And in fact, in some edits, until the audience was tested, he didn't survive. In fact, Wes Craven just shot it as a safety that he survived because he thought for a moment, he's like, just in case, let's have a shot of Randy being, or not Randy, Dewey being brought out at the end on a stretcher.
Yeah.
And he's alive. Just in case. So yeah, they tested the version where he lived, and that one tested through the roof, the other one not so much. Same exact fucking thing happened here. He was supposed to die. And the audience didn't like both.
Sorry.
They figured they couldn't have both Randy and him getting killed, so they let Dewey live. So yeah.
Yeah, because you really rooting for these rooting for these characters, just like Randy, right? I mean, if it's a random,
and it was the same kind of thing at the end. Wes was like, let's just film a safety just in case. So yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you had a safety net for that. That's very good. Damn, I did not know it was going to be like that. Because that to me felt like a character who needed to live, because I felt like it was like a trope. Like, this is a guy who's going to keep continuing to actually get stabbed by him, but will keep living. I thought it was kind of like the reverse effect of how, like, Michael Myers is the killer.
Well, the rule of most sequels is that none of the original cast usually survives except for maybe your final girl, and that's a rarity even.
Yeah.
Because even then, usually your final girl is the first one to get it. From the last movie. That's the trope usually.
Didn't happen, Mecca. Didn't happen. Don't know what you're talking about. That's fake news. We don't talk about that here. Okay. That stuff is just, that's a lot of fake news, that movie. Scream 5, what is that? Never heard of it. Derek. Oh God, when he sings this. hard out to Nev Campbell, freaking 90s style. I'm like, dude, this is the most 90s shit ever.
Dude, this movie, like, oh man, if they could make fucking whatever his name is, the look any more 90s with his fucking polo shirt tucked into his pleated khakis, Jesus fucking Christ.
Dude. Well, you missed Tom. Tom was like, I thought he would go like get all knob slob earlier before
You leave Gerry alone.
I mean, Jerry's dick is going to get him incarcerated for murder in this movie. If you know what I mean, like him, like trying to stay away, like how dare you not want to be around me? It's like, dude, put your dick away.
It gets him killed.
Yeah,
but look, see his heart. He's turning red.
This scene was cringe. This was so cringe.
And we can say whatever we want about Jerry O'Connell. Motherfucker wound up stealing fucking Rebecca Romaine, and she's had John Stamos, man. So like,
how do you steal Blackie's wife? God, man.
Oh, it's possible. You can do the impossible when you do that. So,
The character Blackie that John Stamos played.
Man, it's so crazy. I got so used to the older, more rugged Timothy Oliphant that when I see him here, to me, it actually kind of looks not right. I'm like,
he just looks creepy as fuck in this movie.
It's like how in the first movie, Billy Loomis was the creepy Johnny Depp. This is the creepy Oliphant, except it's the actual Oliphant, not the actual Depp. And I'm just like, you're one of those dudes who actually looks right being older versus younger.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you are prime time.
As Oliphant gets older, he gets better.
Yes. Didn't they actually say this actress was considered to play Sydney in the original movie right there for the stab interview?
No, the joke was, and this is what's so funny about this, is that Tori Spelling actually had the sense of humor to do this. Remember in the first movie when they said, you never know, Sid, maybe they'll make a movie about this thing. She goes, yeah, my luck, they'll end up casting Tori Spelling in my part.
Yeah, that's what it was. Hey, Luke Wilson right there.
And as a joke, they asked her, they're like, would you like to play the role? I know we kind of dug it to you a little bit. She's like, oh, I'd love it. I got the joke. It's great. So yeah, so she came in and she played it in the interview like she's acting all serious. And you can tell she's totally into this and she's totally in on this movie. Made me respect her more than I ever did before.
Do you know where I think they missed an opportunity? They should have cast all of 90210 to be in staff.
Like Luke Perry is the fucking
Perry, all of them, yeah. Brian Austin Green, everybody.
Brian Austin Green and all of them. Yeah, Brian Austin Green could have been Randy.
And he ended up with he ended up with what Fox, what's her name, from Transformers. Brian Austin Green, was always the geeky guy too, and he ended up with a pretty hot wife for a little bit.
What other movie? What other movie was Nev Campbell filming at this time? She was doing like Sleepless Nights, filming movie back to back.
I think Wild Things.
No, I think she did that right after. I think.
That or The Craft?
Right after.
I don't know.
Which that's why her personal most toxic movie she's ever done, Nev Campbell. That's definitely a
I thought she did The Craft before this, and then I thought Wild Things was around the same time as this, but I could be wrong. I don't remember.
Things is after this, I think.
Yeah, because Wild Things is 98 or 99. I think it was 98. It was 98.
98, yep.
Yeah.
This was after it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good experience in the movie theater watching Wild Things.
Was that one the doll mark?
My wife was kind of pissed.
Wasn't she in the last season of her show around this time too?
What show was I didn't watch.
Well, she was on Party of Five or whatever it was, wasn't it?
I never watched Party of Five.
Yeah, she was on Party of Five. Yep.
Oh, that's freaking funny. Oh, lovely. No, I didn't watch her show, but yeah, The Craft. Maybe it wasn't.
If these guys combined their
Craft,
if these guys combined their facial hair, they'd have one proper look between them. It'd be one complete look as opposed to two half.
Hold on.
Looks.
Does this movie take place over 1 day or 2 days? I asked this because
It's gotta be a few days. It's got to be a few days, right?
I think
Yeah,
it's like
not
2 or
one.
3 altogether.
you want to know
But
why I asked? Gil Weathers wears the same outfit the entire movie.
He stinks.
That's what I'm saying, man. So by the time her and David
That's a
Arquette are
funky
macking it,
monkey.
He's funky.
by the time her, David Arquette are macking on the table, that
gutted
means
slash the man ain't in the union anymore.
Yeah,
He
You
barely
gotta
got
act
to
like
second
one.
base, man. That's rude.
This
His brothers
plays
don't
into a,
last long in
you know what I hate
situations
is
like
that it
this.
plays
Yeah.
into that stupid trope, which even Wes should know ain't true. But yet it still plays out in the movie here. But he leaves and he's smart, so he lives. So like, yeah. Well, naturally, I remember now. He was supposed to die.
Okay.
But the joke was, they said, how about we just have him leave instead of dying? And Wes is like, you know what? That's kind of funny. Let's do that.
Stupid white people, right? You know, that's the trope.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay, so speaking of wild things, Richards was actually supposed to be in this movie, but was too busy doing Starship Troopers. So because that happened,
Well, at least she was doing something worthwhile.
Well,
and then she was going to link up.
here's
with
some meta
him,
shit for you
and
guys.
ended up linking up anyways, literally and figuratively.
Here's some meta shit for you guys right there. David Warner, he was originally cast as Freddy Krueger.
no way.
He even went as far as there's makeup of him. I was saving it for Nightmare on Elm Street, but yeah,
he was a great actor. David Warner was great.
I can't remember why he had to drop out, but yeah.
It do be like that. Dude, I kind of remember now.
There's a big Bush joke. That we do Scary Movie as like a one night.
Yeah,
I don't know when. One of these days.
This was the shit in the movie when I was younger that really drugged the movie down. Do we really?
This is just dickhead shit to do to somebody who just went through this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, right? For real. Like, I'm like, dude, really? You're all leading in on doing this? And it's obvious, like, everyone knows who Prescott is. Like, everyone. Like, and what her experiences are. This is like, there's a time and place for jokes, but this is the absolutely worst time. The fact that they're all ganging up on her like that.
And they've all got knives.
Yeah. Like,
masks, robes, knives.
I get the
it's part of the play though, but yeah,
part of the play and all that. But
I just meant the whole thing, like the whole scene, the whole bit, just drags the movie down. Like this, just you don't need all this shit.
Yeah, I can actually agree with it. Not just because of like it's like
it's
really you guys are leaning
kind of
on
pretentious.
It, but it doesn't add anything to the movie outside of her.
Yeah.
Outside of her,
Not there though.
Not splitting. But like kind of like taking a break of sorts from Jerry O'Connell, because that was the closest thing to like I need my time like alone. He's like, well, I don't have a say in this. Which time I know you let him have a say, but she didn't let him have a say. She's like, no picnic basket for you, but it's okay. We'll have room for him here. There's always an open door for him here.
So is there a definite? Is she seeing things, or is that really there, or what?
Oh, she's seeing things.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's.
I wasn't exactly sure. It's what it made it feel like, but I wasn't sure.
I think one of them is Mickey or whatever fucking with her, but yeah, it could be.
Ooh. Oh,
That was a popcorn bucket from Diner.
That was wow. Seriously, Owen Wilson could be more wowed by that if he tried. Holy crap.
I'm not a theater geek, but wouldn't you have like foam rocks and not like real rocks falling down on people
Absolutely.
on stage? I mean,
which they are, and you can tell.
You want the method acting. You want the real rocks.
Wow. Look at me. Just look at me so the camera can focus on me and my looks, my clean shaven face, in my perfect.
She is looking pretty clean shaven there, isn't she?
I was waiting for that.
Seriously, you wore the same.
I love how
I
the cell phones were so new at this point. It's hilarious.
Gail Weathers doesn't shower confirmed. So by the time here's Mecca, she probably didn't brush her teeth at
That was my head, but it was Jennifer Aniston's body.
Yeah, there's that famous line. Yep.
Jennifer's body. Huh? Why I get that? Now, doesn't she use? Apparently, she uses some Friends lines in here or reference to Friends, which I've never watched. That show just never seemed really speak to me. But apparently, there's a nod to that here. I'm gonna give me some coffee and donuts. Oh, of course, you're gonna eat coffee and donuts. You were a cop, so you gotta lean into. I'll be back. We gotta start talking about stuff. A little more Saved by the Bellish. I'm like, oh, I wonder why they use the one Saved by the Bellish. Because he's black. We're all invited in Waldsboro.
I just can't take him seriously with that mustache.
Dude, that mustache is awesome.
No, it's like a caterpillar on his top.
Yes, it is. That mustache is
an anemic caterpillar on his top lip.
That mustache is great. Oh man, no, come on.
He's trying to grow it. You can tell he's really trying.
That's a great stash. It's not anything bushy. It's just a nice slim pickin', well-groomed stash, and he needed it to stick out like he was like a 70s.
It makes him look a bit like Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad.
Okay, I could see Aaron Paul. Okay, fair enough. But the mustache is great. But bro, he just had to have his kill happen right here. Bro did not. Man, I actually thought he was going to make it to a movie. Actually, I was like, come on, really? Damn it. I wanted him to live. Because especially I love how confrontational he's being. I thought he was going to I thought he was going to get snatched, but he's going to be kind of like quick and like have good reflexes and like escape him. But no, can't look out twice.
My question is if you're running through this crowd trying to find somebody who already knows you're looking for them, how stupid is it to be looking for them?
Stupid.
I mean, because they're going to be hiding behind. You're not going to see them.
And they've got a big knife.
Yeah.
And don't walk next to the van. I'm like, don't walk next to the van.
And he walked next to the damn.
And there's a police presence, and you do it broad daylight. It's like, come on. But yeah.
And Gail smells.
Metcalf must have been working out to pull Jamie Kennedy right into the van like that. I mean, not bad. I mean, she definitely didn't skip arm day. I mean,
well, Gail smells. That's what I
Billy
know.
Loomis, what the fuck? Talk about a homo repressed mama's boy.
Right?
Man,
little did he know
OJ.
he was talking to someone who was connected to a Loomis. I guess that should have been like one of the would you say that was considered one of the hints on that there could have been something involved in this? Because I never picked up on I never picked up on the mom. I never picked up on it.
Which was funny because if I remember right, the script leaked online, so they did change a few things in the movie, but I don't think that was one of them. I think that was one of the things that stayed the same throughout. But
the internet was in such its infancy at the time that even if it leaked, most people didn't see it.
No, but we were talking, and I was part of the forums like I was talking about last week too, where I mean that we all talked about this shit, and this was a big deal.
It took forever to download the leak on AOL at 3.6 kilobits per second. Damn, I'm still waiting for that leak to finish.
Just text took you 3 days.
And then someone would pick up the phone. God, you know what a great day it was when we got a third.
You had to plan to jerk off like 3 days in advance.
Shit, I still have to do that with the way Indiana is now. Damn.
You're like, okay, what am I going to be in the mood for in 3 days from now?
Feel the pain of dial-up.
Yeah, this is the most we get to see of Randy because he gets hacked and slashed.
Oh,
Oh, there was
was a
nothing
bad
handy
You can
picture.
tell it was
there.
personal when you go back and rewatch it.
That's what I meant earlier. That's what I was saying. Is like, yeah, that's the
Mm.
most personal one on all levels. Like, it's just so. Yeah.
That was okay. I agree on the most personal kill. Yeah, that's definitely the one. But as far as the most brutal one, when the pole went through the dude's head, I was like,
Ugh.
bro. And you as you
Yeah,
saw,
but that was instant. Fucking Randy had to suffer something there, man. And we were suffering as the audience. Like, that was a big stab to the gut of a lot of us in the audience. We're like, no, not Randy.
literally a stab in the gut.
Take Gail. Fuck, take Sydney. Like,
Yeah, but if you were to have killed Gail, she would have smelled even worse.
oh,
She
we
already
did not
she
want
already
Randy to
wasn't
die.
showering.
We did not want Randy to die. We were very upset about that. That was, but I still love. This is probably my favorite of the sequels, but still.
Oh, it's easily.
People talking about dial-up. There's still people out in the world, like especially in the United States, rural United States, that still have dial-up.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You better get him Starlink.
Yeah.
All right, Elon.
But you gotta hate
Biden has
Elon,
got
though.
that under control. Biden's got that under control. He's gonna get for $40 billion. He's gonna get everyone connected, but as long as it's not Starlink, right? But that's
Right.
help for another day. Yeah, Kamala's on the job. Yeah, and Mayor Pete.
I never watched Diane Sawyer in my life. I remember and this is probably the me part of living under a rock. When I'm like, because I know they obviously made real life references in this movie.
Hey, Cotton.
What was her relevance? Did she just have like a big
Diane Sawyer? She was big. Like, you had like Barbara Walters, and then there was Diane Sawyer.
I knew who Barbara Walters was, even though
exactly. Like, Diane Walters is number one, or Barbara Walters was number one. Diane Sawyer was like number two, right? Like, as far as most well known.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, very well known. Yeah, big time.
Hey, Cotton, that Diane Sawyer interview, consider it done.
Mecca, if Scream 2 came out today, this would have been the internet hashtag on Twix. This straight up would have been justice for Randy. Yeah, that would have been on Twix for a few weeks. That's for sure. It would have been definitely the talk of the town. Like, come on.
I mean, the movie had its critics. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was still a huge success. I mean, if they had gotten the third film out faster, I think it did more than the first one. That's what I was saying.
Pretty well, yeah.
Especially in opening, anyway.
It was almost
it
was
like
like 600,000.
Weekend was really good. I mean, the expectations were there. That was the difference because when they greenlighted the sequel for this, I think it was the first one was playing in theaters, and obviously
yes, because this came out almost exactly a year after the first movie.
Yes, and this movie.
I keep thinking his sweatshirt's gonna be a Bucky sweatshirt.
Yeah, the third film took like a year and a half or two almost because of delays and some other shit. So yeah. Actually, no, it was 3 years at that point. It was supposed to be out in 99, but I don't think it got released until 2000, I think, or was it 2000 or 2001?
2000. 2000. Yeah, I read because I saw that was the first one I saw in the theater was Scream 3. That was the first one I saw in the theater.
Because I think it came out in February and it was supposed to be out that Christmas before that. And even then it would have been like 2 years, I think. But yeah.
I do live under pizza boxes. Actually, I got a fun fact.
He built his whole house out of them.
I've got a fun fact. At this one pizza place I used to work at, I used to hang out there so much that sometimes I used to use the pizza bags, the ones that they use to put the pizzas in. I'd use those as my pillow and blankets. I'm not joking. They had those pizza boxes that they had customized for the stadium pizzas that fit like 60 slices. And I was just like, you get cold in the shop overnight. And, sometimes I'd be drunk and I can't drive home. So I would just get up one bag, use it as a pillow, get the stadium bag, and that'd be my blanket. So I literally lived under pizza bags. So there's more truth to that comment than you'll ever realize, Bull Rush.
Pet turtles, too?
Why do I have a feeling in a few years we're going to see an article about Nick where he's a man who built his house out of pizza boxes? He built a house for nothing out of pizza boxes, and it's actually pretty sturdy.
And you can huff and puff, but you can't blow that motherfucker down.
Yeah. Like, how did you build it? Well, I was thinking about how compressed wood is made, so I just kept compressing and compressing pizza boxes until they're basically like big logs of wood.
And all the grease just holds it together.
Yeah, all the
Yeah,
grease would
use the
mix and
grease.
hold it together and break down the boxes a little bit and turn them into a new kind of pulp. And the house smells really good. It smells like buttery crust.
Gail. I will
She
say
has a new shirt on at least.
no, yeah, but she still has her white shirt underneath, so still smelly. Probably didn't even deodorize either. Wasn't
Febreze a huge thing at this point? Everyone would just spray everything with Febreze? Or something?
I think
Yes,
so.
yeah.
But no, actually in the chat somebody brought up New Nightmare, Dead Man. No, actually that was 94. New Nightmare was Proto Scream.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
let's spray the movie. So, okay. By the way, chat, in about 5 minutes, we are going to transition over to the green button. I will post a link there in a few minutes. So just so you know, get ready to transition with us. So that is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna end it on the YouTube side. And we're gonna move on over, and we'll get to the third act real soon, and we'll play the rest of that slide there, and we'll play some clips from the movie, maybe, and it'll be fun. And we could get louder, more rambunctious there too. It should be good. That should make up for the smell. Yeah, it should, because no deodorant, same clothes. Even Nev Campbell, obviously she's on campus, so she lives there, so she can change clothes. But man. Smelly Weathers. That's what they should have called, Smelly Weathers. Oh, that would have been perfect. Smelly Weathers. And David Arquette could have leaned in on that. Man, this entire time you've been here and it's been stinking up the place. And right here, he could be like, you haven't even brushed your teeth when they start macking out. He could have addressed that. Like, well, look at the plaque in your teeth. What? That should make up. No, nothing will make up for this. No, the grease of my guts rumbling anticipation of this transaction.
Gotta wait a few minutes. Yep.
Yes.
How many? I got a question. How many people did Laurie Metcalf, Loomis, did she kill? Was it just the? Did you just kill Handy Randy, or is it other people, or like who's is Mickey doing all the other, like the movie theater murders?
I
I'm
thought
assuming that's Mickey?
Oliphant did all the kills. Did I see this wrong? Because I swear.
Yeah, no, because
she
kills Randy. She killed Randy. Yeah.
Bulrush
For
says
sure.
she led the kill to everyone's location. Yeah, see, that's what
kill anyone
I
else?
got out of this. She led to the
I'm pretty sure
destination.
Mickey did the first killings, and then the girl at the party. I can't tell you exactly who. I'd have to go back and I literally haven't watched this since last year, or her. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Keller.
She did kill him for sure. And then I think she kills Jerry O'Connell later at the end by shooting him, and then
I mean, Mickey, the guy.
Yeah, Mickey kills him. Well, she kills Mickey, but who kills Jerry O'Connell? I thought that was her too, but maybe it was Jerry.
I think that's her too. Okay,
I think so. Maybe I'm wrong.
no, it's just not that. It's just not that clear when you're.
It's been a while since I watched it. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
I guess. Go ahead.
As far as who nails Dewey, it could be either one of them. Although he doesn't die. Let's see who's next then after this. I think it's Jerry O'Connell after this, right?
He gets shot.
Oh no! They got the other part first with the girlfriend. I'm pretty sure that's Mickey when they're in the cop car because he's fucked up later on. So that's why I think that's him.
Okay, yeah, that's why he's got the
his eyes bleeding or whatever it is.
Yeah.
This could be her though. I don't know for sure. I'd have to remember where the logistic of where they're at. And that's the thing is you have to go back and track it all. And it's been so many years. And because we went through as fans and we tracked all this shit the first time because we were pretty sure there had to be there had to be a third killer. We were like, there has to be because there was like 2 kills that neither one of the boys could have pulled off, which does hold true if you go with Scream 3. But this film, it holds up pretty well as far as the 2 killers go. I just don't remember who would have done what or who had to do what. But a lot of these, I think it doesn't really matter.
So Tom,
They just want you guessing too, right? Yeah. They don't really care, I guess. Yeah.
Who were you theorizing on the killer or killers in this one?
Well, they set up the red herrings as, like the camera guy, and I knew it couldn't be him. Mickey was a possibility. I didn't think it was Roseanne's sister, Laurie Metcalf.
Yes.
So that was a surprise.
Okay.
Jerry O'Connell.
I thought it was going to be Mickey and Gerry O'Connell, and they were going to have a replay of the first film, is what I thought was going to happen.
Like as a way to say, hey, look, we're having repetition of saying,
to a point, yeah, and especially because it always seemed like those two were kind of at quasi odds ish. But then he like calls him, and when he's doing the singing on the table thing, he's like, "Oh, Top Gun 1986." So it's almost like it feels like, oh, that's something Mickey would have told him to do. Right, you know what I mean? Like to help, because you can almost see them two scheming and planning in the background. But then I'm kind of like, nah, that might be a little too obvious. So I was like, that or somebody is saying they're not who they say they are, which was kind of true basically with Laurie Metcalf's character. Which I mean, to the audience is kind of a cheat in a way, but so is Friday the 13th if you think about it, because we never even see Mrs. Voorhees until the end.
Right.
So you have no real frame of reference for any of that shit. It doesn't mean anything until the end. And even then it's like, oh, okay, it's just an explanation for why she's doing this. It doesn't really add or subtract to anything else from within the film itself.
All right, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. What did you guys think? Who did you guys think it was?
I know Nick's going to transition us, but yeah, I like that setup of Jerry O'Connell getting cut, and they're like, oh, it was like someone who knew anatomy, so he missed all the tendons or whatever. So like for a while, you think, oh, they can't do that again, but then you're thinking maybe the boyfriend is the bad guy again. So I thought that was a good setup, and Jerry O'Connell plays it pretty well too. It's you're thinking there too, and
yeah, because he's basically the opposite, like you guys were saying before. Yeah, he's the opposite of what Billy was. Yeah,
I thought Jerry O'Connell was, if there was two killers, he was one of the ones involved. I thought Liv Schreiber was the red herring, the ultimate lead on to make you think he was involved. And as far as if there was a second killer, I did contemplate if somehow, what if Gail wasn't in on it, because even though she's starting to show more humility this time around, I thought maybe she was doing that to make it seem like, look, I'm a reasonable human being. Because remember that scene with Dewey, like, oh, is this one of your you trying to put on a show because you're Gail Weathers? I thought, is she gonna do a turn? Someone who went from news report to actually being a killer. I felt a little bit about that. I wasn't set on it, but I definitely consider that she was trying to put on an act to Dewey that she had changed, when really she was just trying to mislead everyone to thinking that she could never be a killer. So I did have a little bit of that. Probably been my runner-up. I definitely would not have suspected her competitor Newslight. That was news to me. But all right, guys, we are transitioning over. I just posted the link in the chat. I think right here I go to this live view and live control room.
Yeah, the only reason I thought it was Liev Schreiber a little bit at first, but then I went and I realized all he really wants is the interview. It's like that would kind of defeat his purpose if he killed Sydney. She's worth more to him alive was kind of what I was thinking.
All right, chat. Once again, there's a link. I'm canceling on.
Brian didn't say who he thought it was.
Oh yeah, we're gonna save it
really
for the green
so
right now.
He's like the white guy.
We're ending we're ending on YouTube right now. If you want to hear that 70s rock fans picks, hear it on the green side. We're transitioning now.